Just because you save money on something does not mean you have more money in your pocket. Like you go to the grocery store sometimes.
Yeah.
And they'll circle, they circle the receipt.
I like when they do that.
Do you really?
I do.
It makes you think you got away with something?
Like, look, you saved this much today. And then I bring it home to my husband and say, look how much I saved today, honey.
Right. Yeah, it's not, look how much I spent so
Don't look at what I spent. Yeah. I mean, it turns out you may be saving your way to financial ruin. Consumer reporter Steve Noviello is here with some money savers turned budget busters. All right, Steve.
Good morning, guys. Unfortunately, the biggest mistake that we all make starts with the word sale. Now, I'm not suggesting that all sales have no value, but I am saying that not every sale does have value. You just mentioned it. Take a look at the video we've got for you. If you're the type of shopper who has to justify what you bought by how much you saved, you might want to take a closer look at this. Do you guys get those emails in your inbox, about the flash sales and your favorite store sales? And, the first one or two or three, you're strong, you're good. You can, by 4 or 5, you're thinking, maybe we do need new curtains. Maybe I should get some, And all of a sudden you're buying stuff that you don't necessarily need. Same thing with buying in bulk. Big fan of it when you're actually going to use the stuff that you buy. But when it's just because you think you're saving money on stuff you don't need, not such a good idea.
Yeah, so, and there's some store reward cards that promise you're going to say, I am not a fan of these because I just don't like having to carry around the cards. And,
like the cards for the different stores. I hate that because every time you go to check out, they're like, oh, well, do you have this card?
Right.
You can save this much money
of
if you have this card.
Or take out this credit card and you'll save this much right now.
Well, and the credit cards are exactly the ones that you have to look out for. Yes, they're a great idea because you can save a whole bunch of money on something, but now all of a sudden you've got this line of credit to your favorite store that you might not otherwise have, and every single one of those store credit cards come with a very high interest rate. So if you want the reward without the risk, here's what I do. I actually use things like my airline miles card to pay for things that I've already saved up for. For example, I'm going on a cruise in October. I just had to make the full and final payment the other day, but I had been saving up cash for it, right? So I put it on my airline miles card and then immediately took the cash that I had in savings, transferred to checking, paid off the bill. So I get the reward without the risk.
Okay, so how should we be saving our money then?
And it's interesting, I think a lot of us, kind of make a very big mistake when it comes to literally saving dollars and cents, because saving money is a good thing, but saving money that makes you money is a great thing. And unfortunately, that's kind of a dying breed. A lot of us think that we're very limited to only using our local credit unions or our local banks. You might want to kind of broaden the scope here. Take a look at the video we've got. The website is called depositaccounts.com. And what this does, it's one of many that do it. It's kind of an aggregate of all the different types of deposit accounts that are out there and available to you. It'll talk about things like yields and dividends and minimum deposits. And it will kind of give you a better idea because, I'll tell you these days, it used to be you would earn 5-6% on a CD. That's really not happening anymore. So you really want to try and maximize that. One of the things that I really like about putting at least some of your money in a longer format or longer commitment, savings place is that not only will you get a higher yield, but because it's tied up for 6 months or a year, you're much less likely to go in there and try and spend that cash. Link, by the way, right now to deposit accounts on our station website, myfoxdfw.com.
Oh, it's just so tempting.
I gotta save.
It's tempting to spend it when you have.